Hello and good evening to everyone. Now we see what happened in today's market. So today Nifty 50 closed at 24,323. It sustained the 24,300 level. Sensex given the closing under 80,000, which is 79,996.6. Nifty Bank closed around 52,660. So today Indian equity benchmarks traded in red for most part of the day, but some attempts to pair huge losses in last leg of trade helped markets to end flat on last trading day of week. Markets witnessed weak trade during the day ahead of the year 2025 quarter one earnings and key macroeconomic data due next week. Markets recover from early slide in last hour of trade as traders preferred to buy stocks at lower levels. The broader indices, the BSC, Mid Cap Index and Small Cap Index scaled new high levels during the day. Market started day in negative territory amid lack of directional cues from Wall Street as well as rise in crude oil prices. Traders look note of report that the government is working towards streamlining the application process for Indian businesses wise for companies that are not beneficiaries under the production linked incentive PLI scheme but have set up manufacturing units across the 14 sectors covered under the scheme. Meanwhile, former chief economics advisor Arvind Subramaniam said that the center has sacrificed a large portion of revenue from goods and services tax up to 1% of GDP every year since the rollout of the new indirect tax regime to fund a 14% compensation guarantee provided to states. Subramanian, who was actively involved in the implementation of the GST regime, also said that it would not be advisable at this point in time to bring petrol and alcohol under the GST. Markets continued to trade lower in afternoon section as investors maintained risk-averse approach. However, in last leg of trade, markets managed to wipe out most of their losses and finally ended mixed. Sensex ended marginally in red, while Nifty concluded in green. On the global front, European markets were trading higher as voters in the UK general election delivered a devastating verdict on 14 years of conservative rule. Asian markets ended mostly in red as European Union tariffs on Chinese imports took effect and China announced the next step in its anti-dumping investigation into European brandly imports. Back home, defense stocks remained in focus after Defense Minister Rajnath Singh announced that the country's defense production recorded the higher ever growth in 2023 to 2024. The value of production has reached Rs 1,26,887 crores in 2023 to 2024, which is 16.8% higher than the value of production of various financial years. The BSE Sensex ended at 79,996, down by 53.07 points or 0.07 after trading in a range of 79,478.96 to 80,149.87. There were 17 stocks advancing against 13 stocks declining on the index. Provisional the broader indices ended in green. The BSE Mid Cap Index gained 0.75%, while Small Cap Index was up by 0.7%. In today's market, top gaining sectoral indices on the BSE were PSU up by 1.85%, oil and gas up by 1.77%, energy up by 1.70%, capital goods up by 1.55%, and industrials was up by 1.48%, while consumer durable down by 0.43%, bankers down by 0.18%, IT down by 0.13%, TechEc down by 0.06%, and Reality was down by 0.04%, while the top losing indices on BSE. The top gainers on the Sensex were SBI up by 2.48%, Reliance Industries up by 2.32%, Hindustan Unilever up by 2.01%, NTPC up by 1.90%, Larsen and Turbo up by 1.28%. On the flip side, HDFC Bank down by 4.40%, which is remarkable. Titan Company down by 1.99%, Tata Steel down by 0.85%, Mahindra and Mahindra down by 0.72%, and IndusLand Bank down by 0.65% were the top losers. Meanwhile, the government is set to streamline visa norms for professionals from foreign countries, including China, working non-production limited and incentive sectors. This initiative part of a broader agenda to foster international trade and economic cooperation was unveiled by Rajesh Kumar Singh, Secretary of the Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Singh said plans are underway to extend streamlining of visas to non-PLI beneficiaries from foreign countries, including China, who are opening in the same centers as beneficiaries currently. The Indian government is focused on easing visa regulations for Chinese professionals in PLI sector as Move A underscores the country's commitment to improving bilateral trade relations. The highlighted that the government plans to extend these streamlines visa procedures to include foreign professionals opening in non-PLI sectors as well. The decision is expected to benefit foreign nationals working alongside PLI beneficiaries in key industrial hubs. The streamlined visa norms that designed to ensure that bureaucratic hurdles do not impede the inflow of talent essential for driving growth across various sectors. In addition to visa reforms, the Deputy Secretary revealed that the government is committed to addressing tariff barriers that hinder the import of essential electronic components. A case by case approach will be adopted to remove these barriers, which are seen as critical to ensuring the competitiveness of India's economics and India's electronics industry. Singh also emphasizes the need to phase out duty inversion, a situation where finished products attract lower taxes compared to raw materials. Regarding the much anticipated e-commerce policy, Singh noted that while the policy is in the pipeline, there is no definite timeline for its release. The government is also exploring the liberalization of the foreign direct investment regime across several sectors. This move, currently in the internal stages of consideration, is expected to attract more foreign investment and drive economic growth. Singh pointed out that FDI from countries sharing leaded borders with India constitutions less than 1% of the total FDI inflow, highlighting the need for broader reforms. When we talk about the CNX Nifty, it ended at 24,323.85, up by 21 points or 0.09% after trading in a range of 24,168.85 and 24,363. There were 36 stocks advancing against 14 stocks declining under the index. The top gainers on Nifty were ONGC up by 4.2%, SBI up by 2.44%, Reliance Industries up by 2.23%, Britannia up by 2.22%, and Hindustan Unilever up by 2.05%. On the flip side, HDFC Bank down by 4.58%, Titan Company down by 2%, Tata Steel down by 0.90%, Mahindra down by 7.6%, and LT Mindtree down by 0.69% were the top losers. Now coming to the European markets. European markets were trading higher. UK's FTSE 100 increased 19.23 points or 0.23% to 8,260.49. France's CAC rose 38.21 points or 0.49% to 7,733.99, and Germany's DAX was up by 174.28 points or 0.94% to 18,624.79. If we talk about the Asian indices, Shanghai Composite Index traded at 2,949%, Hang Seng traded at 17,799, Jakarta Composite 7,253.37, Calce Composite 1,611.02, Nikkei 225 40,912.37, Straits Time 3,410.81, Kospi Composite 2,862.23, Taiwan weighted 23,556. Now, in today's market, FII bought around 1,241 crores, and if you talk about the gold, then gold increased by 235 to 72,602, and silver increased 970 to 91,000, and copper increased 10.10 to 878.25 mark.